Hello, hope you are enjoying my lectures. And today I am going to introduce the changes in income and real interest rate on consumption. How changes in income and real interest rate affect consumption, depending on the Fisher's understanding of the consumption function. As far as the Keynesian consumption is concerned, there is a relationship between the current consumption and the current income. As there is an increase in the current income, there is an increase in the current consumption. So Fisher's introduced a new concept, that is the intertemporal choice. That is, there is a two period, and a consumer and consume, if consume more in the first period, they will consume less in the second period. And if he consumes more in the second period, he will consume he consumes less in the first period. So this is the base on which today I will be spreading some light on the changes in income and real interest rate on consumption. Okay, so look, the how changes in income affect consumption. This diagrammatic representation will show this. Along the vertical axis, we measure the second period consumption and C2, and along the horizontal axis, we measure the first period consumption, that is C1. And this is the initial budget line, budget constraint, and this is the IC1, the indifference curve, and this is the IC2, the second indifference curve, and this is the new budget constraint. Okay, so now if there is an increase in income, then the budget constraint will shift up parallelly, So the consumer will have a new budget line, new indifference curve, and the new touching point. That is, when there is an initial budget line and there is no increase in income, then this is the equilibrium point where this much amount of second period consumption and there is this much amount of first period consumption. When there is an increase in income, both periods consumption will increase. The first period consumption will increase this much, and second period consumption will increase this much. Okay, hope you have an understanding. And so this is the changes in income that affect the consumption. Okay, so now I am erasing all this marking. Now look how changes in real interest rate affect consumption. This situation is actually depicted in this diagram. Here, along the vertical axis, we measure the second period consumption, that is the C2. Here, along the horizontal axis, we measure the first period consumption, that is C1. Now, suppose this is the initial budget line. This is the initial budget line, and this is the indifference curve IC1. Okay, so at the initial point, there is a equilibrium point. This is the point. This is the point. Suppose this is the A point. Suppose the point A, and there is an increase in real interest rate. As there is an increase in real interest rate, then the slope of the budget line will change. So slope of the budget line will change towards the second period consumption. Okay, so this shift to, depending on this point, it will shift to right. Okay, this is depending on this point, it will shift to right. And now there is two effect. Now, if there is an increase in the real interest rate, now there is a two effect. One is income effect. One is income effect, another is substitution effect. Another is substitution. sorry, another is substitution effect. S-U-B, substitution. One is substitution. One is substitution. Another one is income effect. Another is substitution. This is the income effect. This is the substitution effect. Now look on the depending on the income effect, and since the consumers are the borrowers, so consumers are the savers, so their income will increase. Their income will increase. As a result of their increase in income, they will consume more, both the goods, both the period both periods goods, that is the C1 and C2, as because the goods are normal. Goods are normal. Since goods are normal, and there is an increase in real interest rate, and consumers naturally are the saver, they are not borrower, so they are consuming both goods. They are consuming first period's goods, and they are consuming the second period's goods. Okay, they are consuming first period consumption. There is an increase in the first period consumption. There is an increase in the second period consumption. Now, the crucial point is here, that is the substitution effect. As because of the substitution effect of the real interest rate, the second period consumption is less expensive comparative to the first period consumption. As the second period consumption is less expensive, the second period consumption will increase. And as the first period consumption is expensive, so it will decrease. It will decrease. So due to the, on the basis of the substitution effect, that is first period consumption will decline this much, second period consumption will increase this much. So this is another point B. This is the new budget constant. This is the new budget indifference curve. So another equilibrium point. This is the point B. This point, the consumer, at this point, the consumer will consume. At this point, the consumer will consume. The consumer will consume this much amount of second period consumption and this much amount of first period consumption. Okay, so because of substitution effect, the first period consumption decline. The first period consumption decline, and second period consumption increases. But depending on the income effect, both periods' income will increase. So it depends upon the power of the substitution effect. If the substitution effect is high, then the power of the substitution effect is high, then the second period consumption will increase comparative to the first period consumption. Okay, so if there is an increase in the real interest rate, then the equilibrium point will be E. Equilibrium point will be B, and consumer will consume this much amount of the second period consumption and this much amount of the first period consumption. Okay, so I hope that you have understood this, the effect of the effect of changes in real changes in income and changes in real interest rate on consumption, depending on the Fisher's understanding of consumption on the basis of the intertemporal budget line. Okay, thank you for enjoying my lecture.